right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have asked for it. We are bringing back the How to Mod series. What's going on, Gridden?
Did your voice just change?
No. Did yours?
That was weird. I could have sworn I heard something. All right, no, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. It's been a while since we've done the mod videos, and they're fun. So it's really nice to just sort of take a deep dive into some of these mods and characters, and I'm excited to be back as always, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. There's really no reason we stopped making the mod videos. I think you got busy. I got busy.
And I don't like you.
I think you joined the Church of Scientology or something like that, and just...
I did, and they said, don't talk to Cubs, so...
All right, today's mods are, and for the series, Pimpo helped us out with this. We want to give a big shout out to Pimpo, who sent us all of his opinions on the stats. We wanted to give you guys the best information possible on this, and Pimpo, obviously one of the mod godfathers of Galaxy of Heroes. Go check out him down below. He does full roster remods. I'm going to leave information for how you guys can get in touch with Pimpo. So we're starting with SLKR here, one of the first GLs, and we're going to do a series here over the next couple weeks. We're going to tackle all 6 GLs, how to mod, so you guys can have all that information. And all of these, Gridden, I mean, this is not the Bible for mods, right?
No.
I don't know what's up with all these religious references today. It's not like the hear all, the say all, you have to get this. These are more like guidelines.
Yep, they're just guidelines, you guys. If your, GAC lock is coming up and you're like, oh my goodness, what do I do? You're going to have success with these mods. If you're looking for pocket strats, if you're looking for highly specific strats, that's not what this is. We are talking about how to effectively use your team in a general sense. So if you slap some of these mods on there, you're going to have a good time. So don't freak out about it, please.
Yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this live, and I will agree. The only church that is important here is the Church of RNGesus. So you guys can get the mod rolls you need. All right,
That's
SLKR, we're going to start with him. We're going to recommend mod sets and some key stats you guys want to pay attention to, and we're going to custom tailor that to every individual character's stats that matter the most for them. So we recommend a speed set for SLKR. I know, Gridden, you really like high speed on SLKR. Health set, 560 plus speed as a minimum to try to shoot for. 11,000 plus offense and 120,000 plus health. If you can hit all 3 of those, you will be in great shape with your SLKR.
Absolutely. SLKR is an interesting character. He was actually my first Galactic Legend. I absolutely love. And I really like his kit. I think it's just a fun, cool kit that, we have the original Kylo Ren, who was one of the first characters that debuffs, like field him. He got the dots when he took damage. His damage and defense and everything ramped up.
Right.
And then they increase that with crew to whenever he takes damage, he heals a ton. And now it's gone to this point of Siphon with SLKR. So it's really cool to see how the kits and Kylos have changed. And that Siphon mechanic is why you don't need that 13,000 offense on SLKR. You do Siphon a couple of times and your offense ramps so much quicker. And so having that speed boost allows you ultimately to get more offense than if you were to use an offense set.
Yeah, so you can kind of think about it almost like Padme, where you've got the offense that comes to the team, not through offense, but through courage. Or Grievous, where you've got the offense coming to him through how much health you've got. With SLKR, the more you get him moving, the more offense comes to him through that Siphon.
Yep, exactly. And he's not a protection guy. So throw a health circle on there. That's where you get that 120,000 health. I tend to gravitate towards an offense cross, crit damage triangle. And depending on the arrows, if you can get away with high speed secondaries and do an offense arrow, that's money. But getting the speed is like I have an offense arrow that's a plus 28 secondary. So I have an offense arrow with the speed secondary because I was like, that's 4 speed at that point.
Right.
But otherwise, I'd go for a speed arrow, and you're going to be sitting pretty with SLKR like that.
All right. Next up, we got Hux here, and we like tenacity on our Hux. 3 tenacity sets. You want to shoot for at least 200% plus tenacity and 260 speed.
Yeah, Hux, and a lot of people might be like, why would you go for tenacity on Hux? And this is directly to try and counter the Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke / Jedi Master Luke team comps where they hit ability blocks. If you have a really high tenacity Hux, when JML opens up with that, I think it's called E-Flex, and he does that ability block across the board. If your Hux resists that, then he's going to use the TM swap ability over to SLKR, and then SLKR will reset his cooldowns and then cleanse all the debuffs. And so that's the idea behind it. And I know a lot of people for a long time were just like, make Hux as fast as you want him. And that's not really the case anymore. We kind of tailored this more to that tenacity to stop those ability blocks from being pesky. So that's where that comes from.
Looking at my own
Hux.
Hux here, 260 speed is only going to be 99 speed added. I've got 97.
Yeah.
I'm sitting really close to Pimpo's recommendation. 258 speed on my Hux and 202% tenacity with full tenacity sets there. But yeah, so it's really not that hard to hit that speed.
Yeah, those are super attainable.
Okay.
Super attainable stats.
All right, next up, we got Red Trooper. Now, there is definitely debate here. I'm putting offense here on the graphic, and Pimpo acknowledges debate as well when he sent this over to me. Offense versus crit damage here. But here we're going to recommend a full offense set. You can do crit damage instead. Health set, 210 speed, 10.5k offense. Now, debate, Gridden. Tell me the different ways you can go about this. I mean, really the idea is you just want him hitting super hard.
Yeah, you just want him. You just want him hitting hard, and so whatever way works for your roster. That's how like simple I would make it. Is if you have offense mods, use offense mods. If you have crit damage mods, use crit damage mods. It's his kit has so much in it that revolves around crit chance and advantage and critical damage, and then SLKR's leadership is all about advantage and crits. His mastery. In his mastery, he gets accuracy and damage, and that's where like the offense comes from. So basically, you're not going to go wrong with either one. Truly,
yeah.
I personally use crit damage, crit chance on mine, or crit damage health. If you have the offense mods, I give my offense mods to other people that I think need them more. And since the Trooper has so much crit chance and there's so much advantage built into his kit, I tend to gravitate towards crit damage. But ultimately, you're not going to go wrong either way. As long as he is hitting hard, we're happy. Life's good. So that's the point in how easy you can make Sith Trooper.
Yeah, 100% agreed. There's multiple ways you can go about it. So, all right, that's pretty much all I want to say about that. Let's talk about crew. Now, crew, oh my gosh. There's so many good things you can do with crew. But we like to focus on that armor. 67%
you can use
armor.
Crew with Lord Vader, right, Cubs?
Shut up. We just, right before this, we did a Grand Arena, and Lord Vader with Crew is just wrecking me in this Grand Arena. Oh my gosh. But 230 speed, I would suggest, Gritton, tell me if you agree, but 230 speed is not really super critical. The health, though, getting him over 90,000. And getting a defense set on him, over 67% armor, ideally.
Yeah, speed is... Crew is another character that surprisingly does not need... So mine right now is at 240, and he is only plus 88.
Yeah.
So Crew is... That's not difficult to hit those speed numbers, and I would even argue that, just don't care about them. Whatever, if you have some speed secondaries...
231,
cool.
79.
Yeah. He's normally going to be able to hit that pretty easy. But it, in my personal opinion, doesn't change a whole lot in the effectiveness. It is much more important to be going for that 90,000 plus health pool, gain some protection and getting armor out on the field. It just, his job is a tank. The way that SLKR's kit works with the leadership is tanks are going to be taunting with advantage. So you don't need to worry so much about the speed to make sure he gets a taunt back up or anything of the sort. It's just, hey, the team's fast, cool, but definitely go for the survivability aspect of it instead. So speed, but yeah, double health set, defense set, double defense set, one health set also doesn't hugely change things. Just try and shoot for some of those stats, and Crew should hopefully do his job.
I like it. All right, bringing us home with the First Order Stormtrooper. Full defense set on him, 200 speed, and we're actually going to focus on protection a little bit for him at 115,000 protection recommended.
Yeah, and so the main difference between those two tanks and the reason why, because they're both tanks, they're both fulfilling their job as taunting tanks, but the reason that you go for health on Crew is because of Crew's unique. Crew's unique is every time that he takes damage, he's recovering. I believe it's 8% health, if I'm remembering correct. Faust, however, does not have that, and so for Faust, you don't need to worry really almost at all about the health. And you're just trying to make him as thick as possible. And that's going to be through protection.
Yeah.
Same thing, speed. I mean, 200 plus. Mine right now is at 204, which is only plus 68.
Yeah, that's not
so I
much.
might make that 209. Or sorry, 205. So I could be a plus 69. Nice. But defense is way more important. Protection is way more important.
Very nice.
Very nice. Just make him super thick. Give him the defense. Let him do his job as a tank. You can argue a little bit of tenacity for him as well. Faust is, in my personal opinion, potentially the more annoying tank because of his unique. If you have the Zeta, he calls people to assist. And so if you can avoid stuns or dazes to allow him to counter and then call somebody to assist, it can fuel the fire of the SLKR team even more. So you could make an argument for a little bit of tenacity, but ultimately he's just there to soak up some hits. So make him thick, give him a lot of defense, call it a day.
Here you go, guys. Take your screenshots. There is the mod recommendations for SLKR. And that's going to do it. Now, next time, we're going to be coming back for a video on the Ray team. And again, we're going to go through all 6 GLs. So Ray coming next. We'll probably get to that next week at some point. And then plan on a steady flow of all of the GLs. And depending on how the videos do, maybe we'll continue the series after that point and just try to tackle pretty much every team in the game. And so, Gridden, tell us about what you're doing. You've got the Gridsy session. You've got, you're like some famous model or something now. And how can people find you?
Not really. Yeah, I mean, all over YouTube, Twitch, just search Gridden, you guys. This Friday, actually this coming weekend, depending on when this video comes out, this coming weekend, I'm celebrating 2 years on Twitch.
Hey,
so if you guys want to...
Congrats.
Thanks, man. And I know you just recently hit yours as well.
I didn't even think about it. I heard about yours. I was like, oh, I guess that means I hit mine a couple months ago. So yay me.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, so congratulations to you as well. Yeah, we're doing actually a weekend stream. So my goal for this coming weekend is actually to beat, if at all possible, my goal is actually to beat Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, and if possible, Jedi Fallen Order.
Yo.
So, and then we're going to sparse in a whole bunch of other stuff like Elden Ring or Halo and Swigo and all sorts of other stuff throughout the weekend.
Like, is there other games in the world right now other than Elden Ring?
It's so fun. I absolutely love it. I hated Dark Souls.
All I hear about.
Yeah, it's so fun, dude. You got to try. I mean, like it's an experience, that's for sure. It's tough, but man, is it fun. I love it.
I hated Souls.
I hated Souls. I played through Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. Yep, I hated Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. I was forced to play by one of my friends, Chris, and I did not play the game unless he was playing with me, because every time I played it by myself, I just got my butt handed to me. So anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. That's what we're doing this weekend. So if you want to come hang out, that would be awesome. You guys are more than welcome to.
All right, guys. There you have it. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. And as always, my brothers, don't forget.